Astonishing, I must say, because this might be in conflict and contradiction to some of the practices that are actually happening in the Islamic world.
That's right, that's right. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Because the interaction between culture and religion may modify religion. That's why we have many things which is, against the Islamic teachings, but unfortunately we see in the Islamic world, including, the issue of, expecting of a husband from his wife to do all the chores at home. Whereas all scholars of Islam from 14th century ago till now said that man cannot impose to his wife to do anything. Man cannot expect his wife even to feed the baby, to change the baby, to change the diaper. If woman is doing this, it's out of her mercy, out of love, and men owe to their wives because of what they are doing toward their family.
So what we see now in several of the Islamic cultures is actually a result of a continuation of cultural values after people embraced Islam. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. Many things. We have many examples for other subjects. Even, for example, in some countries, we heard that women are not allowed to drive. But show me any verse in the Quran says women are not allowed to drive. If Islam allowed for a woman to ride a camel or a horse, so how come doesn't allow to drive a car? So there are some cultural issues that unfortunately dominated the Muslim societies. That has nothing to do with Islamic teachings.
So with this division of responsibilities, where women essentially do not have those responsibilities which many cultures think that they have, in the absence of those responsibilities, what could be an argument? Because the argument is when, say, between two people, I expect something from someone, like a husband expects something from the wife. But if it's not a duty for the wife to perform, then what's the point of argument? I mean, because the question of wife beating or conflict or domestic violence would come when there will be conflict. Mm-hmm. So I didn't understand well. So would you shed some more light on that?
Yes, as you mentioned, there's no point of argument. And if for some other reasons disputes arise, like two people sitting together, and just in the train you may get to argue with someone else. So this would be ordinary argument or fight which goes through its own procedures. So according to what we understand from the duties of man and woman, there's no point of argument because man has no obligation against his wife except in one issue.
So what is that issue?
Yes. The one issue which is very, very important and is the only right that man has against his wife is the right of marital relationship.
Is the right only for man on women, or is it a mutual?
It's a mutual right and mutual obligation. Man has obligation to attend toward his wife's marital needs. Vice versa, woman has the same responsibility, the same obligation, the same duty to attend toward her husband's marital needs. That's the main point. Now, this verse is talking about this. Unfortunately, when we look at some of the responses that have been pointed toward this verse, we saw some people were comparing woman to a child, and the father is going to discipline his child, and they say, okay, that sometimes they need to even, to beat the child.
Even I have seen an instance where they say that women have been given to man and like a device, and it comes with a user manual, and wife beating is the user manual.
So it's very unfortunate, brother, to see such people are giving lectures to educate people about Islam, and they don't understand anything.
So you don't agree to that at all?
For sure, for sure. Just to give you one example about how Islam is, viewing woman and wife, we have a hadith saying from Prophet says that best of you is the one who is best with his wife. And I'm best of you because I'm the best with my wife and with my family. Or we have another hadith which is very well-known hadith, and that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said once the angel Gabriel came to me and started talking about and advising and recommending about woman. The angel recommended a lot about the wife and the woman, that I thought that even saying off or shah would be forbidden in Islam. Even it's forbidden to say off or shah to your wife. So you are coming from outside, you are tired, your wife asking, did you purchase, for example, I don't know, bread when you come home, or do you purchase clinics when you wanted to come home? You would say, oh sure, I'm tired, why you ask me this? Prophet said, I thought that maybe even saying off or shah would be forbidden to Islam to say to your wife. So that's the way that we should treat our wives. According to what we heard from the great scholars, even they said, in all their life, they have never asked his wife to give me a cup of water. The
Prophet Muhammad.
Because some of the scholars, not to speak of Prophet for sure.
Some scholars.
There's some great scholars that we have their biography when they passed away, and his wife was telling the story. She says that in his life, he didn't ask me even to give me a cup of water.
So following the example of Rasulullah, following the ahadith of Rasulullah, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, some scholars even didn't go that far, didn't ask their wives to even give them a cup of tea.
That's right. And now let's go back to the ayah and the verse.
So you were talking about the point of conflict, that one issue, the obligation.
Mm-hmm. So there's one obligation, which is a mutual obligation between man and woman. So this is marital relationship. Okay. This verse in Surah Nisa, or chapter 34, is referring to this particular issue, according to many mufassirin, many scholars who are interpreting the Quran. They said this is about when a lady is withdrawing from cooperation about the marital relationship. If for no reason, I'm emphasizing, if for no reason, no illness, no depression or something, for no reason, woman is stubborn and is not cooperating with her husband about the marital relationship. Now, what is the solution? Quran says if it is the case, man is in critical need because it's natural need, especially for those who are married, it's very, very difficult to withdraw from such kind of practice. So if man is in critical need, men are in critical needs, and women for no reason are just withdrawing from cooperation. For any reason, maybe because she expects her husband to buy $10 million house, and he doesn't have. She says, okay, if you don't have it, so I cannot help you. So, what's the solution? Quran says, فَعَلُوهُنَّ. The first step is that you talk to your wife. Talk to her nicely and say, honey, I love you, and I do my best to prepare a comfortable life for you, but it is not in my ability to buy such a house. And so فَعَلُوهُنَّ, talk to her. Quran says if it didn't work, وَهْجُرُوهُنَّ فِي الْمَضَاجِعِ, it meant that separate your bed from her as a sign of disapproval. And if it didn't work either. So,
how long is the duration? Is there any specification?
No, there is no time limit. Depends on the situation. Some people are very patient. Some men, due to some circumstances, maybe are very impatient.
So it changes from person to person.
It changes from person to person. If come to the point that men are now about to control even sometimes their chastity. We have some people get really sick. I myself, as religious scholars that people come to me for consultation, some men are just talking to me that we are getting crazy. We have psychological problem because of this issue. So, what is the solution? Talking and advice is not helping. Separation of the bed is not going to help. Then, either we should keep this situation goes on, it may question the integrity of the family. Maybe men are about to cheat on their wives. Islam doesn't want cheating occur. Islam doesn't want integrity of the family will be in question. Islam doesn't want this family come into fight and their children would be in the middle of this story because men are try to cheat on his wife, and his wife gets angry because you are going to cheat. We had this story among people that I know. So we cannot let the situation goes on and on. Islam says you do a symbolic action. What is symbolic action? We have in the hadith that interprets such a verse in the Quran says you take like a toothbrush as a symbol of great disapproval. You point it toward your wife and you say, honey, that's it. I'm done. I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm so unhappy. I'm so annoyed. So by doing such kind of, symbolic action, so وَضْرِبُوهُنَّ, it means, according to hadith that we have from Prophet, peace be upon him, pointing by a toothbrush, which is not beating. Because, as I mentioned, beating is injustice, and any act of injustice is against the fundamental teachings of Islam. That's why we should try to understand this verse of Quran.
So to summarize, wife beating, as it is said, is probably a misnomer. It's the term is wrong in the first place because there is no beating involved.
Mm-hmm.
As you have explained that it's just a symbolic gesture
mm-hmm.
to express strong disapproval.
That's right.
In order to preserve the integrity of the family and the fidelity, the loyalty of the couple towards each other.
That's right.
Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Mesbah, for shedding light on this important issue. I hope that many of our viewers would be clear about the context and the explanation and the references that you have very kindly provided us. With this, we conclude our today's session. Inshallah, see you in our next session with a different topic. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.